Testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Woo woo. Alright. Hello and welcome to the Holistic Hatha Yoga. Okay. Hello and welcome back to the Holistic Hatha Yoga Show. I'm Kelsey and I am here to talk about yoga all fucking day long. Yes. Alright, so we are back. It's been a short hiatus. We've had lots of things going on here since I recorded my last episode. And honestly, I did not even post my last episode. I'll consider doing that soon. It was actually all about psychedelics and spiritual journeys, and had some pretty wild stories about some trips that I've had. And I really ultimately, I was like, by the end of it, I was like, did any of that make any fucking sense? And I still don't know. And so I'm like half tempted to just forget about it and like try to do that whole podcast again. And maybe try and be a little bit more concise, or I might just fucking post it and see what you guys think, and you'll call me crazy, but whatever. All right, so today, though, I want to talk about yoga and women, because this, I have so much to say about this. This is something that, at least in the United States, we don't pay attention to. We are like, oh, we are all the same, blah, 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 blah. No, we are not. Men and women are very, very different. We have a different skeletal system. We have different endocrine systems that work off of different hormones, and we are not the same. And so I really wanted to touch on this because I feel like there's so many women in particular who are too masculine with themselves, too rough on themselves, too hard on themselves, push themselves too much. And that is very masculine energy going on. And what we're doing here, through holistic hatha yoga, through yoga at all, is always trying to come to that homeostasis, to that balance place. And yes, I mean, like full balance everywhere is not real. Like that doesn't exist. Find me one person, and maybe I'll change my mind on this, that has absolutely everything balanced as far as work life, home life, hobby life, friends life, blah, blah, blah. It's called a balance for a reason. When you move one way, something else tilts. And so it's always a constant readjustment of trying to keep everything at that balanced state. And noticing when we're getting too far out of balance so that we don't go too far and fall over on our faces. We come back to that center point because we can feel that drift. So basically, a lot of the Indian tradition of yoga was passed on through men only. It was not until later that women were able to practice this. And I think it's honestly, I think it's because women in their natural state already have and possess the qualities that a balanced yogi has. So, and no, I'm not trying to diss men here. However, women are these creators, are these nurturers, are these homebodies, are these just, they take care of everything and everyone and themselves, and they're just the biggest powerhouse in the world. And if you want to, like, debate that, I mean, I guess just look at the world and see, like, because the world will constantly, the powers at be at least, will constantly try to diminish your own personal power so that you don't realize how powerful you are. And they've done that on a very large scale against women in general, when we are kind of the stronger sex. I'm sorry to say. We put up with a lot more. We have a lot more emotional stability. We physically can do a lot more. We can do many things at once. Not that we should, but we can. So I guess I'll just get off my soapbox of women being amazing and continue on like the yogic path. So with yoga, you know, people think of yoga and they might think of just like physical asana or working out or whatever. That is not what we're talking about here. When we talk about yoga, we're talking about it all. We're talking about meditation, we're talking about breathing exercises, we're talking about awareness, just general awareness throughout your day, and always coming back to that loving place of we're all here to, as Ram Dass said, walk each other home. We are all just here to do our best, help in the ways that we can, love and be loved, and that's as simple as it needs to be. Let's start with the big main difference between men and women. Aside from everything, women have a menstrual cycle. Men do not, obviously. And we can look at our menstrual cycle as a beautiful guide for our lives. And I have been doing this for quite a few years now. And it seriously has changed my life in the way that I am more aware of myself, I am more gentle with myself, and I feel more disciplined with myself as well. So those are all, in my opinion, really, really great things. And so really where this comes from is being on your period, you really should be resting. You really should not be doing asana. And this was something that was new to me when I did my yoga teacher training back in 2013. It was a 6-week intensive where we like lived at the ashram. We ate, all vegetarian Ayurvedic yogic food every single day, three meals a day. We got up at 4:30 to do cleansing and things like nostril cleansing and breathing and drink some tea, and then get up to class by 5:30, have a 2-hour yoga class, go into breakfast, go do some fun stuff, have some anatomy and physiology, have some philosophy, do some meditation, do some more yoga, eat some food, and go to bed. Oh, actually, before going to bed, hour of meditation, and then going to bed. So throughout this whole thing, obviously, I wanted to do my absolute best. I wanted to give it my all, and I wanted to get the most out of this time that I had. And one day in yoga class, we were doing, like in our asana class, so strictly working on asanas, we were doing down dog and doing some inversions, like working on going upside down. And my teacher, an Indian man, goes, if you are a woman and you are menstruating right now, do not do this pose. Do not even do down dog. Don't do that. Literally sit. Sit and do whatever feels good. And that was the first time that anyone had told me, like, take it slow when you're on your period. Because in America, especially like I had done sports and things throughout school and whatever, so like I was a very active person, but I mean, when it comes to your period, you still gotta play the game, you still gotta show up at practice, you still gotta hustle, you still gotta run, all the things. So like, I mean, think about, like, this is like the ultimate gaslighting in my opinion, like the Tampax boxes that are like, I'd have to obviously get like super because I bleed like a motherfucker. So the boxes would have like girls playing volleyball and like baseball and like all this shit, like really like working it out, and they're like, this won't slow you down, I'm a girl and I'm strong. And it's like, okay, do we really think that when you are losing up to a pint of blood a day, that we should really be exerting ourselves with exercise? What? That sounds a little bit insane. If we had men that had periods, they would probably all be checked into a luxury fucking suite at a spa for the whole fucking week, and then they come back to their families at the end of it because they're little pussies. No, I'm just teasing. I'm not. Sounds like I hate men, but I don't. I promise, men are wonderful. They're lovely. But they are kind of babies when it comes to physical things and physical discomfort and things like that. So like, I truly do believe it would be totally different if men actually understood what we were going through every single month. That being said, so yeah, in this yoga teacher training was the very first time any man or anyone in general, man, woman, anyone, had told me, hey, when you're on your period, you should probably take it easy. And at first I was kind of like, oh, fuck you. Like, I can do anything. I can do an inversion on my period if I want to. But it's like, but why would you? Why would you? That's not healthy. It's not okay. Like, you're not helping yourself by doing these things. And isn't that really what we're trying to do here, is help ourselves, is heal ourselves, is to grow into our best self? And how can we do that if we're constantly pushing ourselves beyond our limits, strictly, like just straight up beyond limits? When you are losing blood, you have less oxygen in your blood, which means you have less oxygen in your body, for your brain, for your muscles, for everything. So, that being said, should you really be exerting yourself heavily physically while you're under this state? Absolutely fucking not. No, you should not. I have really embraced this throughout my life, like throughout my womanhood, from those times, from that time in India where they said don't do that. And and to get more scientific about it, you're losing blood out of your vagina. I'm not gonna mince words here. And let's think about gravity for just a minute. Things come down, things fall down. So if you go upside down and are spending 20-30 minutes doing inversions and going upside down and being in down dog and constantly putting your uterus upside down, putting your pelvis upside down, so that your tailbone and all those things are pointing towards the sky and everything else is downward. All you are doing there is keeping and prolonging your period. You are not helping your body move it through and out of your body. You are making it stuck. What in that makes you feel better? Like, absolutely nothing. So when they put it that way, I was like, wow, that makes a lot of sense. Let's stay upright, right side up, so that we can drain all of this blood properly. Another thing that it came into was breathing practices. There are some breathing practices that you should not really do while you're menstruating. Breath of fire being one. That is one where you pull in the abdomen repetitively, and you make the inhale very passive. It sounds kind of like this, like a so it's like a very fast-paced breath, and it's meant to kind of rev up your body. And yes, it's great for your lungs, but when you're on your period, squeezing your abdomen over and over 40 times in a very small section of time, I guess, is not the best thing that you should be doing. Like, come on, again, let's think about this. Your body is already squeezing and moving and squeezing and moving. You really don't need to force it that much by doing this practice. That practice is great and it has plenty of benefits. Do it after your period. Do it literally any other time of the month. Take that time to truly listen to your body. Take that time to truly relax, to settle, to hydrate, read a lovely book, do some work that's very light, like on your computer, or something that's very non-physical if you can, and just tend to your body. Tend to it like you would a garden, or your plants, or your children, or anything else. Because again, women tend to put themselves last, because we do have these amazing magical superpowers to be able to read a room, feel emotions, see people's motives and emotions throughout just their actions and words and all the things, and just feeling energy. So if you can do that for everybody else in your life, then why on earth can't you do that for yourself? Is pretty much where I came to. So after that trip, that was 12 years ago, yeah, I very much adhered to, like, if you're on your period, we're not doing yoga, We're doing very minimal. If anything, we're like laying around, doing some yin, some very light, gentle stretching, nothing wild. Mostly just laying like a little slug with a book and a candle and loving my life. Sorry. So anyway, the yogic, yeah. So to really live a yogic life, it's not just all discipline and do the same thing every day. That is a man's point of view, because a man and his cycle runs on a 24-hour basis. And so yes, for men, that very much makes sense for them. It makes sense that they can get up at the same time every day, go do some workouts, move their body, drink some water, whatever, move on with the rest of their day, love their life. Because every single day they're going through the exact same hormonal changes. They are going through the same hormone fluctuations from nighttime sleep into early morning, into afternoon, into evening, back into sleep. They're riding this very steady wave every single day. Women are not. We are not running on that. We have that same cycle, yes, but ours is not on a 24-hour clock. Ours is on a 28 to 30 day clock. Days, not hours. Days, my friends, days. And so, again, this is a huge mental shift that you need to realize, like, no, we are not men. No, we do not even have the same chemicals going on in our bodies as men on a daily basis. And so, again, we cannot be comparing ourselves to our male counterparts in the workplace, in the home, at the gym, at yoga, literally anywhere. They have the blessing of being able to be steady every single day, and that is the masculine. That is the actionable masculine discipline. Every single day, do the damn thing. That's a beautiful man for you. A beautiful woman will not do the same things every day. She will move in cycles with her cycle throughout an entire month. She will be very secluded and inside during that period time, during that menstruation time. I work outside of my house as well. I truly try my best to not have any outside meetings on those days. I do not leave my house on those days. I literally stay home, have all my snacks and things. I make sure everything is already done. I've got everything I need. I don't have to leave. And I get to stay there and enjoy my time resting, recuperating, losing all this oxygen and blood. I'm already an anemic bitch, so like me losing more blood and more oxygen is not necessarily great. So I get very tired and very irritable during those times. So again, a woman taking care of herself will let herself have those low moments, that downtime to relax. And then guess what? After we're done with our period, we move into our follicular phase, where it kind of feels like our inner spring. It's our springtime, and we feel like we're a little bit more alive and we're a little bit more excited, and we can do some more things. And that's when you start to pick it up, Go on your walk, go on your workout, go do the things, go to the meetings. And then we get into ovulation phase, where you're very excited. And that's our summer, and it's like, woohoo, I have all the energy in the world. Fucking go on that run, do that thing, climb that mountain, do what you gotta do, lady, to feel awesome. And then after that inner spring, we move into our luteal phase, inner summer, ovulation would be our inner summer time, where we're very happy and excited. We move into that luteal phase where everything slows down. Digestion slows down, our bodies slow down, and we kind of start to prepare for that inner winter once again. This is where a lot of people experience just emotional havoc. But again, if you're aware of these things, if you know where you're at in your cycle, you can be more gentle with yourself, and you can be more aware with yourself, and you can understand what it is that you need best. You might be like, I hate my fucking life. Why do I feel this way? And then you're like, oh yeah, it's my luteal phase. It's okay. Deep breaths, make a gratitude list. Everything's fine. So we are constantly moving on this cycle. Constantly, every single month we're somewhere in those 4 phases. And to recognize that and to live with that, in harmony with that, will bring you to a whole other level of your life as a woman, as a friend, as a mother, as a daughter, as literally anything. And so, yeah, I just really, really, really want to drive the point home here that we are not men, number 1. Number 2, we run on a totally different hormonal cycle than men. Yes, it's the same hormones, but they're on a different cycle. Theirs is in 24 hours, ours is in 28 days. We do not work the same. And you cannot make yourself work like a man, or else you will get burnout eventually and crash, and you'll be like, why is this happening to me? And it's like, because you're not a man. Because you're treating yourself like the outside world wants you to treat yourself, which is like a man. Most of Western medicine and science about the body, anatomy and physiology, all of that stuff, all of those things were done on male bodies. So a lot of the times when they were doing all of this research on bones, on tissues, on this, on that, it's all based off of a man's body. Most of it. Yes, they did dissect some women's bodies and whatever, but the male body is really what we base everything off of. And we are not men. And if we try to be, we will fail. We will lose everything magical within us, because the power of women is in our receptivity. It's in our intuition. It's in our ability to know when to move and when to stay and when to plant and when to sow. Like, it's an inner knowing that is just innate in us, in the universe, in the world, in the earth, through animals, like all the things. The female form is very in tune with the environment around her. And a lot of these, male practices of just, do the same thing every day, have a same routine every day, all those things, it's just not natural for us. It's just not, because some days we feel ready for that and some days we don't. And to push yourself beyond what you can and cannot do is not being full of like self-care. That's being full of, self-detriment. And so, more or less, I wanted this episode to be kind of an eye-opener for women and ladies and girls and all the ladies out there who are trying to do all the things. And this is your permission to slow it down a little bit. I'm not saying don't have goals and dreams and ambitions and don't be a badass. Like, fucking get it, girl. But don't do it at your own detriment. Don't do it at your own demise. Follow your own inner guidance of what you need. And this can be tricky. This can be a slippery slope. Sometimes we are really easy on ourselves and almost too easy, like, I don't have to do that. It's like, but come on, you'll feel better after you do. So, I mean, there's a gentle balance there. But all in all, we really need to be paying attention to our bodies, to our hormonal cycles, our energy levels, and really kind of build our life around that. Build our life around when we're going to feel our best and plan all the awesome fun things then, and know when you're going to be bleeding your fucking vagina out and need some time at home for 3 days to just chill. Like, if you can do that for yourself, I think you will feel fucking amazing. I think you will start to feel a sense of peace and just understanding about your own body that really clicks and makes everything better and easier. And that's what I hope for you. So I use this amazing app. It's a free app. It's called Stardust. And that tracks my cycle for me because I cannot fucking track it. Like, no matter what. I've been having a period for like many, many moons now, and I still don't fucking know when it's coming. However, this app really does help because I can check it out. I can be like, where am I at if I haven't paid attention? Be like, I'm feeling like shit. What is going on? Where am I at? Oh, I'm in my luteal phase. That's why I want to die. Like, it just really helps bring some perspective and some awareness to our own cycles and what we're going through internally. And so with that, I will bring this to a close. I hope that you have found a lot of great information from this. And I hope that you, start to kind of take your body a little bit more seriously. Listen to yourself a little bit more seriously, as intently as you would your best friend, or someone you really deeply love and care about. Care about yourself that way. Love yourself that way. Let yourself be that way. And don't do inversions when you're on your period. God damn it. Don't do it. So this is your gentle reminder. This is your free pass. On your period, fucking chill. Don't do a damn thing, especially inversions in yoga. Just to work on some meditation on those days. Those are lovely meditation days. Those are lovely, just relax, slow down, do some yin days. So if this was helpful for you at all, please share it with a friend, or you can rate and review this podcast. I would love it if you did. I love to read those and check those out. And I'm very excited to be back. I'm very excited that you're here, and thank you. And we'll see you next week on the next episode of Holistic Hatha Yoga. Thanks, guys. Bye.